I'm Farah Kabir, the country director of ActionAid Bangladesh. I've been working here since 2007. It's an interesting position, but I think it's the organization that makes it so interesting. And there's never a dull moment. I do many interaction with the community. I'm working with women, children, young people. At the same time, busy with mobilization and campaigns. And then again, I also have to go and do advocacy and lobbying with policymakers, government officials, international donors, development partners. So what I'm trying to say is it's quite a comprehensive role. And it is multifaceted, and I enjoy it because I'm able to pursue my politics of taking sides with the people. That's most important for me, and that's why I'm in this job, because I can ask for justice, take position for the people, and work with them.
In your opinion, how does child sponsorship contribute to ActionAid's goal and missions in Bangladesh?
You know, it is 40 years of ActionAid Bangladesh, and ActionAid Bangladesh started working here because of a response during 1983. There was a major cyclone disaster, and then child sponsorship has been the main backbone of all our programs. It contributes immensely in supporting the children, the communities of the most vulnerable, marginalized people living in difficult situations. So I would say that child sponsorship gives us the opportunity to work with the marginalized and disadvantaged communities for a long period of time. It helps us to work with the children for their well-being, for their education, and we are not limited to the children. We work with their family and the community. So there's an overall development that is happening, overall change, and sponsorship money from our supporters makes that possible.
In your opinion, what are the main benefits that local communities receive through the sponsorship program?
So first of all, if you talk about how we support the children, then it's their children who are benefiting through our child centers. You know, we call them Shishu Bikash Kendro, and this is a space where the children come to learn. And you know, often children from poor families attend school, but they have no support. So that is the whole education journey. Then their parents are getting support for livelihood options. You know, sometimes they are in very vulnerable situation, or there's been, because of climate change, there are rain or floods happening, they are moving. So they get a support to get training or go into farming. So the parents are now being able to provide for their children. Then we are talking about justice. So we work at the local government level, and with our support from the sponsorship funds, we are able to pursue campaigns and advocacy to bring in the change. So there are multi-faceted or varied impacts of sponsorship. You know, through this child sponsorship program, what is happening is we have the child learning space. We call it SBKs, Shishu Bikash Kendro. And this provides a safe space for the children to come, children of different communities. And here they are getting tuition, because you know, a lot of their parents may or may not have had education, so they can't support their children. But here they're getting that support. Then we organize health camp. So that there's some checkup, and you know, we also do awareness about health, about education, about good touch, bad touch, about gender-based violence, you know, how girls can be mistreated, or for generally for boys and girls about harassment or bullying. So this is a very important component. It's a soft component, but a very important component, and this is what we are able to do through the sponsorship. And then for the women in the community, you know, it's helping them to build their confidence, to get into situations of where they take charge. And we have seen how women have transformed, their mothers, their sisters have transformed and become leaders in that community. Particularly, we are very prone to climate change and disasters. And when they take that role, it's much more effective than from someone to come from outside. So child sponsorship, the way ActionAid works, 10 years of support and partnership, thanks to all our supporter, is critical, and it has made changes. A lot of the children have now grown up, they're over 18, they have completed education, they're going into profession, they're doing many things. So they're making the changes in their life.
Could you share a success story that you think that about during difficult times to remind yourself that change is possible? Like a case study that let you think, yes, actually it really works here in Bangladesh?
Oh, I have many stories that I can tell you about. We have seen by supporting these children, one of the things we have done is we have kept them in a safe space. We have enabled them to continue their education, not go into child labor or early marriage. Child marriage is we work with different parts of the country. For instance, in Bagherhat, there was child marriage happening, and the girls, in the school, they came together. They were able to stop the child marriage. Or if you come to Narayanganj, Rupganj, adolescent clubs and girls groups formation help them to stop child marriage. Or they are able now to understand what is harassment, what is how they can collectively take action against it. So this is on one side. The other side is the dream, the ambition. They have not given up. They have not said, okay, I'm poor or I'm disabled, I have no life. Instead, through this program, we have supported. So now we have girls in sports. We are supporting girls like to do horse riding, which is very unique in Bangladesh. We supported the women sports like cricket and football. Now it's been picked up by the government. But we were supporting children of special needs for Special Olympiad. So ActionAid has been a pioneer in many of these initiatives, and that's why I get up every morning and I feel I can do something and make a change.
What is your ultimate mission here in ActionAid?
To continue the work we are doing of taking stand for the people, for justice. And we're still a long way from achieving gender justice, climate justice. There's class issue, there's issues of distribution, access to opportunities. So our mission remains that we want to see that change. And in the face of climate crisis, we have to try and come up with innovative ideas, support the young people to deal with all this climate crisis. So adaptation, resilience. But there's a limit to adaptation and building resilience. It's high time the rest of the world, particularly the rich world, those who are depending on fossil fuel, to move away and move to green transition and for the transformation in terms of energy and renewables. So I think that's my goal. I want to see gender justice, climate justice, and transformation.